Well, I'm going to put a smile on my face, even though I don't feel like it. This is the latest that I've actually written a blurb in a long time for a video that I'm about ready to put up, and I'll just finish it and put it right up. It's the video for the 25th of October, and it's called "Planning a Future is Ludicrous." Since childhood, I have looked forward to the promised changes. Just this year, the restored republic was supposed to happen by July 4th. It is still being pushed into a future time. Now it's Halloween. Sounds like another trick to me, depriving us once again of the long-anticipated treat. Days like today, I just feel like throwing in the towel. I feel physically and mentally drained, which, of course, is a repeat. I have no idea how some still cling to unfulfilled promises, even though I have clung myself for a long time. It's wearying. As I said, planning is ludicrous. Indeed. I mean, I have friends that are still hanging on to the idea that we're going to have a country again, and replacing the corporation. Supposedly the BRICS nations are pushing that, and it was supposed to, as I said in the blurb, happen by July 4th, Independence Day, and it would have given us independence, which would have been a good time. Of course, it didn't happen then, and it kept getting pushed back a couple of weeks, and then it was going to happen by the end of the fiscal year, which is the end of September. Now October's drawing to a close, and it still hasn't happened. And the latest word that I'm getting is it's going to happen on Halloween, and on November 1st, we're going to actually move into a whole new status in the United States as a restored republic. At this point, I'll believe it when I see it. It's actually an attitude that I've had for a long time, but it becomes, with each promise becoming unfulfilled, it becomes more and more difficult to keep on believing, keep on trusting that anything good is going to happen, and anything other than the criminals are going to continue to run the United States, and the United States is going to continue to terrorize the world with its horrific agenda of domination of the whole world and reducing the world's population to a manageable 500 million people, most of which, of course, will be the slaves of the so-called elite, which are not elite, they're demons. And folks, I know it sounds like a broken record, and if you get tired of listening to it, I don't blame you, because I get tired of having to do it. But I sort of made a promise to myself that I'm going to keep going forward, and whatever my truth is at that time, that's what I'm going to be putting forth. And I wish I could have a more optimistic truth, but optimism about any future event is crazy. It's insanity, because we don't have the future. All we have is now. And yes, we can make plans, but we cannot make those plans come true no matter how hard we try. People keep saying we live in a free will zone. No, we don't. That's absolutely a lie. We do not have free will. The human race has not had free will for millennia. But especially in our generation, the free will is even worse. The only thing that we have freedom to do is whether we're going to respond at all, and even not responding is a response. So you don't even have that free will. We don't have free will. If I had free will at any point in my life, I would not have chosen to experience the things that I experienced. I would not have chosen it, and I don't see the good in it. All I see is the frustration resulting from it. Now, do I like saying that? Of course I don't. But that's the reality of the unfolding of my own life for 70 years. of promises made and broken. And who is the breaker of the promises? Well, ultimately, it's the Creator who allowed this demonic realm to even exist. But yet I'm listening today to, I should have put that name out, but I didn't. A guy that's been a Native American guy who is part Apache and part, I don't know, I forget what the other part is, but he's been a spokesman. He's been around for a long time, and I've been listening to some of his videos, and he says that this whole culture thing, this whole thing that we've had, the whole Milky Way is basically the Orion and the other one, the other galaxy. It's all in the hands of dark forces, and it has been for a long, long time. And Enki and Enlil and all of that stuff, you've probably, if you've been around and listened, you've heard some of that stuff. This is all ridiculous. It's as I said in the title, it's ludicrous. How I can keep going, I don't know, because all that I have to show for my 70 years is failure of the promises that I thought were imminent in my lifetime, especially since 2011, 2012. So thank you for bearing with me. Thank you for putting up with me. Where I'm going to go tomorrow, I have no idea. I have no idea. I appreciate those that try to lift me up and try to encourage me to see the positive side. As I see it, there is no positive side. Promises are not positive. They are negative because it puts you out of the present. And that doesn't do us a bit of good. Only that which is now matters. Anyway, thanks again for listening. Namaste.